Hey everyone, it's Helen Mooney with White Pine Homestead, and I wanted to do a quick video. I wasn't prepared to create this video, but I thought, oh, I just need to shoot this real quick. I'm kind of in the craziness of canning right now. I've got apple pie mix going on over here. I've got a bunch of pears that I've done over here, and I'm just busy, busy, busy. But I wanted to talk to you about the things you can do with your apple scraps. A lot of people would just toss those. You could feed them to your chickens or your pigs, or I could simply compost them, and those are all good uses. There's certainly nothing wrong with any of that. But I wanted to show you how to make your own apple cider vinegar. I started making food scrap vinegars recently. I've made strawberry and apple so far. It's super simple. There's nothing to it. And I personally drink apple cider vinegar almost every day, or some type of vinegar in my water with some sweetener and some ginger. And that's like my soda substitute, which I absolutely love. And I just thought I would make a quick video to show you how simple it is to do that. So I'm going to move the camera down and just talk to you as I work along and show you how to do it. Okay, here we go. Down here we go. Let's see. Make that come down a bit. I think we can see it. All right, so here are my scraps from my 15 pounds of apples, and it's super simple. There's not a whole lot to this. I let them brown a little bit. That's actually a good thing to do. And then I'm just going to take, this is a half-gallon jar. I think I'm going to have enough to do a half-gallon jar and a quart-size jar, and you could do whatever size you want. And I would just fill it to about this level of each jar, no matter the size that you're working with. The really neat thing about this is, one, you're not wasting anything, right? We're using the whole apple to produce some kind of food for our family. And I absolutely love apple cider vinegar. And like I said, I use it all the time. And I want to pack this down pretty generously, so we'll see how much I've got enough for. And I have been feeding the pigs, and the chickens, pear scraps, so I could have been making pear vinegar as well, which I might make a batch of that next time if I have more pears left over. Almost there. Now I'm going to fill this one up. Okay, pretty simple process, like there's nothing to this. So you're going to let this, you're going to add some sugar to it. It's not officially a ferment, but in a sense that's what it's doing. But you don't have to have anything that weights it down like you would with a ferment. And with a ferment, you don't really mess it after you set it. That's more of a set it and forget it kind of a thing. And I actually think I can just throw the end of this in here. So waste not, want not. That's fabulous. And, okay. Use my apron here. That's what I use. And then you're going to need to feed it as it's fermenting. So I'm just using organic cane sugar. You can use honey. And in the large one, I'm putting a 1/4 cup. In my quart jar, I'm going to do about half of that much. So we'll say 1/8 of a cup. And set that out of the way. And I forgot my water, so I'll be right back. So I have my water now, and all I'm going to do now, you don't want to use chlorinated water. So if you're on some type of city water, you're going to want to either buy distilled or spring water. We have a well, so I don't need to worry about that. Our water is wonderful. Or if you have some type of filter system, or you use a Berkey on the water that you drink, you're going to want to have filtered water if you're using a tap water basically in the city. So you're going to fish. I'm going to put it up to about 1-inch headspace. So that's right about here on your jar. Let's see if I have enough in this one. Enough water, I mean. I do. All right. Then you're just going to want to stir it. And just kind of stir in that sugar. This is just my debubbler. You could use that. You could use a wooden spoon. You could use whatever you want to use to stir it up. It really doesn't matter. And you're going to want to stir it probably for the first 3 or 4 days, once in the morning and once in the evening. That's going to prevent any kind of mold from growing. And then in the after that, you can just stir it once a day. And in a few days, you should start seeing bubbles form. That's wonderful. That's mean it's working. It's starting to become cider, apple cider vinegar, which is wonderful in this case. So a vinegar of any kind. And it's not a big deal if any of this comes out of the water. It's not the end of the world. You just, you know, stick it back down in there when you're stirring it. Now, if for some reason it stops bubbling, and it really depends on, sometimes it will and sometimes it won't. So if it stops bubbling in a couple days, I don't know, maybe I would say 5 to 7 days in there. If it's not bubbling, just feed it a little bit more sugar or honey, whatever one you're choosing to use, and it'll continue to eat that, and all the lovely good bacteria is going to form. You should probably form a mother in there. That's basically you're creating your own raw vinegar, which is absolutely wonderful. And then this is the only thing I use coffee filters for anymore, are my ferments and my vinegars. So I buy the cheap coffee filters, and you just stick this on because you want it to be able to breathe the air and get the bacteria and stuff from the air, basically. So let me get this up a little bit further. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to write the date on the side of this jar, or right on here. I'll write the date so I know what day I started it. And then every day, for the first probably 4 or 5 days, I'm going to do it twice a day. Just what you saw me doing with the debubbler, just stir it a little bit and prevent any mold from wanting to grow. Now, once it's starting to really become vinegar, mold is not going to want to grow on there, so it's not an issue. And then after that, it's just I'm gonna do it once a day, and in a month, I'm gonna have my own vinegar that I didn't pay any more for because I already had apples that I was using for this other project. So it's a wonderful way to use up your scraps. And anyways, I thoroughly enjoy it. You can do it with any scraps, fruit scraps basically. Pretty much anything like that can be made into vinegar. So that's just a little food saving tip, and another thing I wanted to show you as to how you can use your apple scraps. Hope you guys are having a great day, and we will see you in the next video.